Yeah, we got them on, right? We'll have like one leg in and one leg out. Good. How's your brother now?
She drives down.
All right, that's good.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Rebecca Ransom, and my pronouns are she, her. Challenged by our liberating faith, we discover deeper spiritual meaning, nurture loving community, cultivate courageous connections, and partner in the work of justice. This is our October Community Sunday, in which we have a number of engaging activities you're invited to participate in following our shortened service. We'll describe these activities in a few moments. Welcome to all of you on the live stream and in person. We're pleased to have guests with us in this room and participating virtually. I encourage you to reach out to our Director of Member Relations, Kelly Green. Her email is on the screen. We have large print orders of service, personal hearing assistance devices, and an elevator available. There's also a hearing loop in our alternate worship space, the Bernstein Room. We have coloring pages and fidgets for all ages in the vestibule, if that is useful to you or your children. Please join us for coffee and conversation in Freeman Hall immediately following the service and community time. Join us after service today for a credo presentation at 11:30 in the Bernstein Room. Karen Gribble will be speaking. If you are currently a Sunday morning volunteer or considering becoming one, we encourage you to attend an online training tomorrow, Monday, October 21st at 6:30 on Zoom. Make plans to take part in the UUCC's annual Plant, Book, Puzzle, and Game Swap on October 26th. Again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Whether you are here in person or joining via live stream, whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, we are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, origins, identities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. It is good to be together.
Good morning. I am Paula Gribble, Director of Lifespan Religious Education. My pronouns are she and her. This morning, we invite you to consider the thresholds of possibilities. So many times in our lives, we come to a crossroads, not knowing which path to take. And sometimes we have to sit in that threshold for a while before we move forward. Let's think today about being in the space between. Our chalice lighting this morning comes from Herrick Wickstrom, Why We're Here. Here today in this place and with these people, may we listen so we can hear. May we hear so that we can feel. May we feel so that we can know. And may we know so that we can change ourselves and this world. May this chalice we light our way. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in our opening song, Be the Change. The words will be on the screen.
From all the places you'll go, by Dr. Seuss. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite? Or go round back and sneak in from behind? Simple, it's not, I'm afraid you will find. For a mind maker upper to make up his mind, you can get so confused that you'll start in to race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place, for people just waiting. Waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting.
Aren't butterflies beautiful? Yeah, I think so too. So many different colors and different shapes too. Reminds me of people. But when I think about it, caterpillars are beautiful too, aren't they? And they move around with their tiny legs and they're super fuzzy and cute and stuff. Yeah, I think I like both butterflies and caterpillars. The weird thing, though, is that they're kind of the same thing and kind of totally different things. Caterpillars start out as butterflies. No, they don't. Caterpillars start out as caterpillars, but they turn into butterflies, which is amazing itself. Something being one thing and then changing into something completely different. That also reminds me of people. We start off one way and we change over and over and over again. One of the things I've done in the past was to help start a little baby UU congregation, and we were intentionally multi-generational, and so the kids even were part of the steering committee and also did sermons and services and such. We had an 8-year-old at the time. She's a senior in high school now. 8-year-old at the time who did a service for us about transformation, and at the end of it she said, "Caterpillars to butterflies," over and over again. And all these many years later, I still find myself saying, here we are, caterpillars to butterflies, over and over again. I'm sorry. My tablet is not responding to me. There we go. No, that is not where we go. That's never happened before. Sorry about that. Now I have to open it again. So, I'll just keep talking while we're doing that.
Waiting.
You're waiting. Everyone is just waiting. Good point. So the thing that we don't often talk about is the middle part, in between the caterpillar and the butterfly. Between the caterpillar and a butterfly, there is what's called the chrysalis, the in-between part. Now, being in the in-between part can sometimes be hard for caterpillars and for people. The space between may not be the cute part like a caterpillar, and it's not the beautiful part like the butterfly, but it is a vital step to the transformation. We have to go through this step. There are some people who sometimes call this being in the goo. And when a caterpillar goes into the cocoon and becomes a chrysalis, it's totally in the goo. Everything about it breaks down into this goo for it to be transformed. And we can't rush the goo or change it. We can't even see what's inside without destroying it. So we don't know what's going on exactly inside the goo. We just have to let it be in the goo until it's ready to be something else. I bet you all have been in the goo in your lives before, yes? Yeah. I know I have, and it's hard. I want to get to the pretty part, I say to myself, but right now, I'm in the goo. If you're starting a new grade at school, you're in the goo. If you're working on a college degree, you're in the goo. If you're expecting a new child, you're in the goo. If you're a church working to grow in all kinds of ways, guess what? You're in the goo. If you're about to retire, you're in the goo. If you're exploring your religious theology, what you believe, you're in the goo. If you're starting new relationships, you're in the goo. We cannot skip it. We cannot avoid it. We have to accept it. We just have to be in the goo. But the goo doesn't last forever. At some point, we get all we need from the goo time, and we emerge into beautiful butterflies. Until the next time, of course, caterpillars to butterflies over and over again. Just try to remember, it can be challenging to sit in your cocoon and wait for the change to come. But there is a great deal of learning in the space between. Even the worry and anxiety serves us. The chances we have to decide how to deal with the change, to decide to let it go or let it be, to have even the pain that we feel in the anticipation, this goo time, it leaves us vulnerable to receive things we might need to receive, and we get it in the goo so that we can become something beautiful.
Please join me in a time of contemplation. I invite you to breathe deeply. Be present to the spirit of life, which is in us and through us and around us. To those human connections that give us strength when we struggle and celebrate when we are joyful. The gathered community hears and holds both difficulty and ease as we honor the experiences that make each of us who we are. Congratulations to Alex Hathaway, who recently earned her Girl Scouts bronze medal. Her project involved learning about recycling in Mecklenburg County and identifying solutions to encourage recycling at her community pool. We send healing thoughts for the Bundy Murphy family as April and Wallace's nephew Aiden recovers after being seriously injured at work. And now please join me in a moment of silence as we honor all the concerns shared today and those that remain in our hearts.
I invite you into a space of prayer at this time. We call on the God of many names, or none, the universe, and all of the places of the goo and that spirit. In this familiar place, listen to the sounds of breathing, creaking chairs, shuffling feet, clearing throats, and sighing all around. Know that each breath, each movement, the glance meant for you or intercepted, holds a life inside it. There are signs that we choose to be in this company. And in this company, we have things to say to each other and things not yet said, but in each other's presence still. There is a trembling behind our heart's doors. These doors close but unlock. Each silent thing waiting on the threshold between knowing and unknowing, between being hidden and being known. Find in this silence among these people a place where you can listen to it all. Breathing, sighs, movement, holding back. Hear the tears that have not yet reached their eyes. Perhaps they are your own. But hear also the laughter building deep where joy abides, despite everything. Listen, rejoice, and say amen.
It is through your generous support that the UUCC is able to offer life-changing programming, support our dedicated staff, and maintain our much-used building, all a means to fulfilling the mission of our congregation. Thank you for making this possible, with added thanks to our pledging members for their ongoing and generous financial support. Ushers, you may come forward to receive the offering.
piece of music kind of reminded me of a butterfly. I kept getting this imagery as I was hearing it. For those of you who are visiting us today, there's a special kind of day that we do every month called Community Sunday. Part of what is core to who we are in this community is giving people a chance to connect with others in the community and not just having someone giving you messages from up here all the time. And so in a conclusion of the service in a few moments, you will be invited to participate in one of our Community Sunday sessions. They are listed on the screen now, and they will be listed again at the end of the service. There's also an easel in the hallway. If you need to figure out where you need to go, ask. The sessions this morning are, first, the sandwich generation, which, if you haven't read the description of it, it's for people who are in that unique place right now where they are caring for both their children and their elders of any age. The next one is imagining the future of Community Sunday. We want to hear what you like and what we can do more of, and invite other people into the space of planning and creating. And lastly, in Freeman Hall, I will be helping people create a magic door. Please rise in body or spirit to sing our closing song, 116 in the gray hymnal, and the words will be on the screen. Please remain standing and hear these closing words. I send you out now to share yourself with the world. May its promise and complexity set your mind ablaze. May you hold fast to what life has taught you. May you question everything. And when you have changed the world and the world has changed you, may you return again to this place and share what you have learned with us. Our service is now ended. Please join me in reading the words on the screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace.